everyone, and welcome to the FTS podcast, Friends Talking Shop. We're up to episode 18, still going strong. I am Dave, as normal, your regular host, and I have two guys here who have been with me for all 18 episodes, including the mysterious number 1 episode, which is going to be locked.
Which we dare not speak of.
Yes, it is the podcast which shall not be named.
How many did you say?
How many have we had locked? 18.
18. It felt like 81.
Oh, I see.
That's because you're dyslexic.
I actually thought about that. That could be one of the reasons why I stopped reading books.
Is your dyslexia? It's possible.
Is there a way to test yourself to have dyslexia, like online?
I'm sure there's doctors for this sort of thing.
Yeah, there might be.
Why can't I read books?
Well, there's attention span is a part of their problem too.
Yeah, there's a whole list of reasons why.
Vocabulary might be a challenge. All right, well, let me introduce.
I can't read. Wait. What was that book? That's one of the David.
You just talked about Atlas Shrugged. Didn't you read Atlas Shrugged?
Yeah, you talked about Ayn Rand.
No, but Atlas Shrugged was written. I guess it was. I read it when I was a lot younger, but it was emotionally binding, but also the vocabulary she used, I think, was like 10th grade or something, or 8th grade. Like if you read what's that one famous author's name who wrote like that book Water?
Judy Blume?
No. David Foster Wallace, right? He's written some like legendary books, right?
Wait,
so,
didn't he do the soundtrack for St. Elmo's Fire? I think that's
David.
That's Foster Wallace, I think, right?
That's David Foster Green. He played Bud Bundy.
I don't know. I haven't done any. He wrote like Infinite Jest, which is a famous book. Have you guys read that book, Infinite Jest?
No.
Okay, so again, I don't know what's going on with you guys and who you spend time with, but I have a feeling though, because I don't know what the data is on our listeners. I haven't scrubbed it recently, but we would probably have a pretty high education base.
I think they're smart. I think they're pretty smart.
Very erudite. I guarantee at least 50 of our listeners know David Foster Wallace and know the book Infinite Jest. My point is, when I read that book, I have to stop because like every 20th, 30th word, I don't know what the fuck the word is.
You have to look it up. Yeah.
Look it up. That's like next level.
Yeah.
Anyway, David, I cut you off. I don't know why about the 18.
Yeah, no, it was fascinating. Anyway, let me introduce my other hosts. First is Josh. Josh, how are you doing today?
You know what? It's they say it's the little things in life. And I'm actually doing well today. So I had a lunch meeting today, and I went to the restaurant around the corner from my house where I always go. And I really like the place, and it's convenient.
Was it a work lunch? Was it a work
lunch?
It's
a work lunch. Yeah, it was a work lunch. It's a work lunch.
Was it assumed that you'd be being treated, or was it Dutch?
No. There's no Dutch work lunch.
Josh hasn't paid for a lunch in years.
I don't even do the reach. I don't even give them the reach.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it's understood, right?
Yeah.
It's understood. Come on. How weird would that be if I did the reach at a work lunch? That would be strange.
So, Omar, you have paid for many dinners and lunches. Have you had someone sort of do a fake alligator arm reach for the check?
Oh, a fake.
You can leave the two of us out of it if you want.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've had a fake. I think people have sincerely offered to.
Yeah.
I think if I were in your shoes, I would actually insist on it, because that way I feel like I owe one less thing to the marketer.
No.
Because it's like the whole remember the whole episode with Banya and the jacket and Seinfeld?
Yeah. Well, that's because he gave him a suit.
Yeah,
and
Seinfeld said, I'll take you to lunch, and it was he didn't want to have the lunch.
But he gave him something, and so it was.
I'm not speaking about the lunch literally being
so
this
different.
I'm saying that about owing somebody something. So it's like when you let someone pay for your lunch, you've in effect taken a leather jacket from them.
Well, it was sort of, not really.
If you can let it roll off your back like Josh can, then
Yeah. Look, it's not like they're personally paying. They didn't personally pay for my lunch. Their company did. So it's for them. They're getting a free lunch too. It's not. They didn't.
So do you order differently? Like, let's say you had lunch with like Dave or I, and it was Dutch. Would you order differently at a?
No, I don't order differently at all. But this goes to when Dave asked me how I'm doing.
Dinners?
I will tell you.
Oh.
What? Good. What?
Dinners too, or?
No, I don't order any differently. I order what I want, regardless. Yeah.
You get steak. You want steak. You get whatever.
Get steak. Right? I want steak. But if I'm going to, all right, I take that back. If we're going to like a real high end place, like with that place near our office, Dave. Remember we used to go there, that steakhouse all the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. They order a ton of stuff at the table. It's
bottle of wine.
Yeah, so, I don't think I would do that on my own. But anyway,
one of the best things Josh does when we go to dinner with the manager or something, the waiter will come and Josh will say, "Listen, tonight expense is no option." Or
yeah, I do say that. I say price is no option.
You do that.
I say price is no option.
No, price is no, can't be high enough for
it's one of my stupid jokes. It's the other one is when it's an open bar. I go, just the person behind me. I go, just put it on my tab. Put theirs on my tab.
Actually, you know what? It's funny when you said that. I recall Josh doing that a few times, and you're right. That's one of his things. Do you think
it's a go-to?
That, I guess that I have things that I say that you guys are like, oh, this is one of his go-tos. Erickson has his, you have yours. That's interesting. I wonder what my go-tos are.
Everyone's got it. Yours is Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
But it was this is a little nicety. I love Caesar salads, right? And this one place, and I like to eat them for lunch too. It's a great lunch food, I find.
With chicken?
And yeah, of course, with chicken or salmon. Yeah, absolutely. And this one place they have a Caesar salad on the menu, but it's always a kale Caesar salad. And I'm like, who the hell is eating a kale Caesar? And it drives me. I've been going to this place for years. And I just want a Caesar salad, and I can never order it because I hate kale. And if you think about it, no healthy person is ordering a Caesar salad. It's like the worst salad for you. If you were going to rank salads, it's probably one of the most unhealthiest. So why are you putting kale in it and turning off so many people? Well, today, the menu was changed. Romaine Caesar salad. I was so excited I ordered that. So I'm doing well, Dave, to answer your question. I'm doing well.
Well, see, most of the time I just want to hear I'm doing good and that's it. But in your case, context.
I need to tell you why I'm doing well.
Yeah, it's the little things in life.
It's important.
Right. That's right. And our third host to finally get around is Omar. Omar, how are you doing tonight with your new microphone?
You know, I just noticed something. Whenever if we go back to the other podcast and we listen to our intros and whatever, I think Josh, I mean, we just spent how long on Josh? That wasn't even his topic. I mean, it was like 20 minutes.
No, it wasn't. It would have been 20 seconds had you guys not interrupted with 1,000 questions and 1,000 tangents.
We tend to go on tangents, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Josh probably takes more time. But Omar, you're probably second.
Easily.
Well, I do think I just have, more interesting things to say, though. These things need to be communicated. I think going forward, maybe it would just be one word. How would you describe your mood right now, Josh? And he'd say one word. And I would say
that's not entertaining.
I won't do that right now.
Okay, Mr. David Foster Wallace, who just went off on a diatribe about why he can't read past an 8th grade level.
That's true.
We have that. Did you forget that part?
Yeah, right. On the
my
podcast,
word.
The hypocrisy has been recorded. Yeah.
My word is conflicted.
Ooh, why?
Okay.
Well, I'll get into that in my topic.
All right, you're gonna do the top. All right, so let's start the podcast. This is we're now into.
Didn't we already start? What have we been doing?
No, this is hello everyone and welcome to the FTS podcast. So in our podcast, what we do, if you're a first-time listener from Hong Kong, I guess we mentioned Hong Kong. There's been a few new places.
Australia, that's a new one.
Got a new continent.
Is there anyone in India yet, or the
yes,
South?
Yes.
Yep. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where in India?
2 cities. One in Mumbai, and then another one I never heard of.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell my dad that.
Yeah.
He won't be happy.
Well, he's been listened to. Yeah. If someone in India knows he has 100 pairs of pants, that's his legacy.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let me go back to describing the podcast. What we do here is utter nonsense. We each of us come up with a topic that we have not discussed ahead of time, something that's been bugging us, we find interesting, that's been on our mind, and we share with each other, and we try to discuss it, solve it if it's a problem, and then hopefully get out without anyone getting hurt. So we do have an email address if you want to respond. This week we got a number of emails, and I think they were 100% spam, pretty much for advertising.
So a lot of spam.
The mailbox continues to be dusty and empty. But feel free to, maybe I'm not saying it clear enough. Our email address is friends, like Josh and Omar and I are friends, at FTS, just like the podcast, .media, MEDIA, friends at FTS.media. So feel free to drop us a line. Let us know what you're thinking. I will go first this week. And so this one, I thought we've done some variations of these things. They're like interview questions. I always am interested when I talk to someone who's in HR or who interviews a lot of people. I always ask them, like, what's the interview question that you ask that's kind of off the beaten path? And I remember, like, the famous one that Goldman Sachs used to ask people is they'd ask, how many tennis balls can you fit on a 747? Ever heard that one?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know what you garner from that, unless they say something horribly moronic.
Yeah. Well, I think what they're trying to determine is you say, well, let's see, a tennis ball has got a radius of X. Yeah. And so let's say it's how you're approaching the answer, not the actual answer. It's not like, well, wow, you were 10,000 off. But I think it's how they approach, right?
Right.
We literally had this come up last night at poker. A question just like this.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, you can.
And I got very close, which I was very.
What was it?
Oh, so you actually had an answer to the question? It wasn't like a theoretical thing, like Dave said.
Correct. So the question was, if you what was it again? No, I'm not kidding.
We're recording.
Okay, ready? If you go from 1 to 100, okay, and you start from 1, and 1 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 4, 4 multiplied by 5.
It's 100 factorial.
All those. If you add up that whole thing up to 100, what is the number that you get to?
Isn't it 100 factorial?
It's an actual number.
I know, but that's what the equation is.
It's like
I don't know 10, what the number is.
10 to the 100th power.
It's going to be ridiculously large.
I would think your average 10. Yeah, I don't want to even.
I don't
put on podcast.
This is. Are we supposed to do math now on this podcast? Should we have 20 seconds of silence while we all hammer out this formula?
Hold on.
What's the answer, Omar? It's 100 factorial.
What did you say?
Yeah. How'd you get it right? Did you have a calculator?
He's doing it right now.
Oh. You're not going to actually do this.
Wait, no, I'm asking my friend because I'm not asking it properly. I completely forgot. But I got but I was closest. So
I don't understand how you can't read a book.
Yeah, no, my memory sometimes is not very good.
Yeah.
But again, I was proud of myself. I got it before LD.
It's very good.
Before LD.
So I guess the 100 factorial is
100 factorial.
The number of trailing zeros in it is 24 zeros. So
isn't that the answer?
The number of digits is 158. So it's 9.332 blah, and then you get a plus something at the end.
Yeah, it's got to be something crazy big. I don't think you said the question properly.
Is that what you said?
No, I did not. I did not say the question properly. But I'm going to get back to that. So please continue with your.
Our question we'll ask at our company is we ask people favorite movie.
It'll make sense.
Yeah, that detour went horribly wrong.
Well, here I got it. Here it is. Ready?
Oh, no, we're gonna go right back. We backing the car up and going back on that.
Yeah, I got it. Then it will make sense. It'll make sense. Sum up all the numbers between 1 and 100.
Okay, that's very
1
different.
plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5.
That's very, very different.
To 100.
It is very different.
It's a much smaller number. It's an actual number.
But you're not wanting someone to like sit there and like try to figure it out, right? It's how you approach the answers. So what did you say, Omar?
You can get. I guessed.
Got to be like
what did I guess?
I don't know. 8,000, 10,000, something. I don't know.
It was the average of 99 plus times 99 plus 100. Oh, I don't know how I don't remember.
I mean,
I don't remember how I got it either.
Why you say you got?
we hit a road close sign.
Oh my God! This is embarrassing. This is being recorded.
We're back on the road, and we took the same goddamn exit.
He's like, got the question.
Well, for Omar to admit, this is so typical of him. He's like, I got really, really close. And then we asked him to prove it. Not even.
No, not even close.
Not even anywhere in the.
Are we to believe that you actually got it right?
Oh my God.
Before other people, when you can't even ask the question properly?
Up until this moment.
Can we get Dave's topic?
Up to this moment in his mind, he was very close to the answer. He was ready to live his life with that being true. All right, so I said the question we ask of people is favorite movie, right? And it's actually been very telling because I see someone and they say Braveheart, I'm like, yeah, I could see that. But if we've had some people we've talked to where they'll say Step Brothers and think, oh my goodness, they don't come across as that at all. And usually if you break them down a little bit, they'll say their favorite movie for real, and you'll kind of get a sense of who they are. And I always think it's an interesting question. So the question that I heard recently, which I thought was pretty good, and you might have heard this one, is before Cardinal games, when someone is going up to bat, they'll play like a 3-second part of a song.
Yeah, that's Philly's baseball
team. They're a American baseball team to our international listeners. I apologize.
I think that's most baseball players at their home stadium. They get like a song they choose.
Is it a song that they choose? Yeah,
they choose it.
It's just a stadium choice. Yeah, so in American pastime baseball, when a batter who's going to go bat against a pitcher does the 3-second walk.
Oh man!
Where they sit to the plate where they bat. There's a song.
Josh, I'm feeling attacked.
Yeah, you should. This is a gigantic verbal slap in the face.
Yeah, I was just clarifying. What song would you want to play? So basically, what is your 3 seconds soundtrack of your life that you would play? So I know that's a tough one to throw at you. But if
because I have to think about it.
Well, let's work it out. So, any suggestions or any thoughts come to mind?
Well, what was yours?
Is it for you or for us? Who's
for yourself.
To?
For
yourself. Like it's your turn to bat. Like they go number 21, Omar, blah blah blah. I won't give you that. Blah blah blah, and then the song plays and you stroll up and you adjust your batting gloves.
I know what I would do.
All right.
I would do Thunderstruck. I know it's often played, but like it's that beginning of that fucking song, by Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Yeah, I hear you. That's
the
a good one.
Thing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's a good one.
Oh my God, I guess I won. Did I win? So what's the
yes,
prize?
You did. Your prize is in the mail. It's a brand new calculator.
3 headset.
It's a hard one, right? Because
it's really hard.
A lot of my favorite songs are actually, as I went through them, are actually kind of either slow or sad. Like I have a lot.
Emo. You're one of those emo dudes.
When I
first met Dave Erickson, he was goth. He wore black eyeliner.
None of this is true.
No, it is not true. And stop using my last name.
Yeah, don't use his last name. Sorry. You're outing everybody.
Yeah, I think you did last week.
He used to listen to
times.
Morrissey. Morrissey, always talking about how great Morrissey is.
Anyway. That's not true either. I don't. Morrissey. I don't even know who that is. Anyway, so I think for me, I was thinking like you only have a few, like the AC/DC song Hell's Bells, like that. You get that quick
that's a good one.
bang, right? Because so there's a lot of probably AC/DC songs. They wouldn't be my personality, but I get that one. But yeah, a lot of the songs I like would be like I would want something kind of from the 80s, right? That's sort of my sweet spot, and I would choose. But I think I would choose. I know this is gonna be a weird pick, and I don't know why I picked this topic when I had a weird answer. But at the very beginning of Top Gun, I just saw Top Gun Maverick for the second time.
Oh my God!
I haven't seen a movie in a theater for two times, for the same movie.
Yeah.
I think since I was in high school.
Yeah, that's the last time for me too.
Top Gun Maverick was that good. Do you know the beginning of Top Gun where they have just they're on the boat and there's a drum beat and then but there's a bell that hits it too. That bell that it's bong and then they play.
Yeah.
I think that would be my.
I love it.
Yeah, I would be mine.
It's not a bad choice.
Yeah, because
it's recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're about to take off.
It's like very distinctive, and I just think it's just super cool. And I want to be Maverick. Really, the dude fights on airplanes and lives in Florida, and Or no, I guess it's San Diego. Sorry, he lives on a beach, basically.
Even better, San Diego.
Yeah. So I
no,
think,
Tom Cruise is my dream.
Tom Cruise is your dream? Did you say that properly?
Yes, I think he's a I mean,
he's a little wacky.
If you set aside the Scientology, okay, like part of life is like you have to compartmentalize sometimes, right? But if I take out that part of his life, he's like he's like the Mick Jagger. He's like he's an iconic person who's maintained
he is
this level
iconic.
of excellence and joie de vivre and like for life. And I don't think he fucks his kids, but
he made two of the worst movies ever made. One of which I walked out.
Which ones are you going to say?
Which one?
He made Vanilla Sky, which is one of the few movies
I
ever
love that
walked
movie.
out on.
I love that movie.
That movie
I own
sucks.
that movie. I own it on DVD, Laserdisc. I do, and I have it on Apple TV. I swear to God,
Vanilla Sky on Laserdisc.
Swear to God,
it's the movie where he runs through Manhattan and it's empty.
It's Cameron. This is a wonderful, nuanced film.
It might be the worst movie ever made.
Oh my God, no!
It very well
beautiful.
Could be.
And the soundtrack is amazing. Jeff Beck's on the soundtrack.
Peter
Gabriel.
Didn't care.
Salisbury Hill.
Didn't even care.
Hill. What a beautiful song.
Oh, it's a great song. Salisbury is a fantastic song.
Peter Gabriel. Yep.
Yeah.
But Josh, do you ever feel that maybe because you're from Philly, you're unable to process stuff like emotions properly?
No.
I mean, you guys are like, you know what I mean?
I processed a lot of anger that day when I spent $7 for that movie ticket.
What was the other movie?
Okay, so we
Eyes Wide Shut.
Wait, what was the other Tom Cruise movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh my God!
Shit.
Again.
I mean, you can't be serious. Those two movies were awful.
You're not.
I'm finding as I get to know you more, we used to have like these wonderful superficial conversations for half an hour on a monthly basis, roughly, or something like that.
Now we have them weekly for an hour.
Now I'm speaking to you more. I'm really finding out that we disagree on a lot of things.
But that's okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Although I don't know if I can be friends with anyone who likes Vanilla Sky. I got to be honest with you. I have to reassess our friendship.
I don't like it. I love it.
That's a big problem.
I watched it like probably 3 months ago. Like I love that movie. I love it.
Oh my God.
I can see Josh.
And Cameron Diaz is Penelope Cruz. Their love affair is so beautiful.
Cameron Diaz is in it. See, I didn't even know Cameron Diaz was in it.
Of course she is.
You walked out before she showed up.
Oh God. I tried to flush everything about that movie out of my head.
But I agree.
Very,
Tom Cruise,
very complex.
Tom Cruise is amazing. The guy does a lot of his own stunts, like the Mission Impossible stuff that he's doing.
He's
unbelievable,
he's
right?
He's a great actor. Great actor.
He has a story. Matt Damon was telling somebody, I met Tom Cruise once. He's like, I met Tom Cruise, and he was telling me about a stunt he was doing and how it required him to like jump from this building. And he was telling the stunt coordinator, like, this is what I want to do. And the stunt coordinator's like, you can't do that. He goes, wow, this is what I want to do. And the stunt coordinator's like, you can't do that. And so Matt Damon's like, so what happened? Tom Cruise is like, we got another stunt coordinator. And he kept on going,
wow,
who would do it, right?
Yeah.
But he's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
I think he is. As kooky as he is. I think
you know what his best role was? His best role ever, in my opinion?
Outside of Maverick?
And I have my answer. All the right moves.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
From Taps? That was actually his first movie. Do you remember that movie, Taps?
I do remember Taps. Yeah.
Every Mission Impossible
forever.
Is Ethan Hawke?
Nope.
Tropic
Thunder. Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
He was hilarious in Tropic Thunder.
He is,
and that was unusual for him.
Talent.
Yeah, that showed his range.
He made that character happen. He got to be that outrageous. Ben Stiller tells the story.
You're into Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right.
It's becoming more and more obvious.
I got a lot of I just to maintain that level. It's something.
He's an inspiration to us all.
And he's such an individual. I bet he's probably I wonder if he's lonely. I don't know who his real friends are, but I guess the people who are Scientologists.
Yeah, it's David whatever the guy's name that runs Scientology.
David Foster Wallace?
No, not David Foster Wallace. The other one who killed his wife. The one who killed his wife in 1 minute.
David Koresh.
No, not David Koresh.
Yes, that's exactly right. By the way, can you guess Tom Cruise's age?
Tom Cruise?
I think he's
60 something. 60?
It says 60 on the nose.
There you go.
I got
Boom.
Here. He does not look it. He does not look it.
Well, he's also had work done.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, he's amazing. So, and Top Gun
you
Maverick.
guys have friends, by the way, who have had work done? Do you have friends of yours who've had work done?
No.
And who talk to you about it openly?
No.
Really?
Not
Seriously?
a single one. Mm-mm.
Guys, you guys
have.
know people that we know in common who have had work done. I have had no work done.
Well, you fooled us because it looks fantastic.
Well, what do you call when they get injections? Is that
Botox.
work done? Yeah, or collagen.
Okay, you want to know what? I'm going to say something, and it's fine, but
You're gonna
this
out
is
do
a
it.
little embarrassing.
Don't say it.
Well, I like the part of being open about these things.
Okay, all right.
So I did at least until I don't. But I did a PRP. You know do you guys know what PRP is?
Yeah, of course. Well, for Dave doesn't know, so explain it to him.
Please.
Everybody knows, but just for Dave's benefit.
PRP.
Explain it to the idiot over here.
PRP stands for platelet-rich plasma, which is in your blood.
Okay.
So basically, the idea is that you go to a doctor, he takes out your blood, he puts it into a centrifuge for half an hour. At that point, the heaviest parts of the blood are the plasma, and it's platelet-rich. It's platelet-rich. So what that means is that it's like regenerative, and it has that capacity. So there's a whole industry where they do that, and they can. I had it shot into my knee last week under my arthritic left knee because I'm.
Do you notice a difference?
I do. This has been the second week after it's been 2 weeks now, and it feels so much better.
Wow.
So much better. Yeah, I had it done.
Not
3
getting
years
work
ago.
done, right?
That's not getting work done.
Wait, I haven't gotten to the second part of the story.
Right.
So that same day, I also had.
Did you get a BBL? You got a BBL?
What
is that? BBL? Another hot lunch?
That's the Brazilian butt lift.
No, but I did. Oh man, and you know what? I brought it up, so I have to say it. I have to
say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
I had it done in my head.
You had what done in your head?
You had a butt lift in your head?
I had the doctor took a syringe full with any different parts of my head for hair growth.
For hair?
He did it in my head.
Is there any proof that it?
Yeah. I mean, I started doing it.
This is some rich people shit, by the way, that you're doing.
Yeah. Or you're someone who has a lot of spare time. It might be a little bit vanidoso, a little vain.
Oh my God.
So this feels like bee stings, actually.
You and your hair.
But I gotta tell you, it's made a difference. I think it has.
That's
all right.
Now I gotta ask, did you go in knowing that you were going to do this, or was he like doing your knee and they looked at the syringe and said, some left? Whenever
is this doc cash only?
Well, whenever I'm at a doctor or a plastic surgeon or a barber, I always ask them, I'm like, am I going bald? Am I going bald? I always ask people that.
Yeah, you're obsessed with that. You're obsessed with
I also think it's also a funny conversation because ultimately whatever, but it's just funny to talk about it that way. And so I said it to him. He goes, no, but you could do maybe PRP here. I go, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, it can generate. I mean, does it really work? He goes, I've done it. I'm like, well, fuck. If it's your own shit, if it's your own blood, can't.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Sure, of course.
And he showed me. By the way, have you noticed my hair? Have you guys seen my? Look at my hair.
It looks rich in platelets.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can see the platelets.
By the way, I also do not color my hair. People think I do. I do not.
Yeah, I do not think that.
Yeah, I didn't think that either.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks amazing, I will say.
Anyway, David, Tom Cruise is awesome, and I really value you a little more than before after you said that was a song that you like.
Well, good. And I did have work done, actually. When I was getting my wisdom teeth out, this kid you not, he was a facial surgeon or whatever, so he said, I'll take your wisdom teeth out, and he saw I had a mole in my cheek.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. That was a long time ago.
And he said, while you're under, I can take that mole off. I was like, that's weird. I thought you were a dentist, and you're doing mole removal. Like now I'm a little concerned about my wisdom tooth removal, but I thought, what? Go for it. Let's get this done. And so I had a mole removed from the side of my face while I got my wisdom teeth pulled.
Did you ever see Dr. Pimple Popper?
No, but you talked about it on the show.
She does. Yeah. She does that. It looks very easy to do. I think I could do it. I think I could do some of the things she does just by watching a YouTube video. Now, I wouldn't know if they're cancerous or anything. That part I can't do. But I think I could remove a whole bunch of shit off people's skin.
I believe you.
Thank you.
By the way, what was your song?
Oh yeah, of course. It's Islands in the Stream.
Yeah.
I don't know what my song would be. I think that'd be funny if you had a song like that. I think the whole crowd would be like, "What the hell?"
Lull the picture to sleep.
Yeah, right.
That's like painting the locker room pink for the visiting team. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be like it has to be something that like gets you pumped.
Who sang Islands in the Stream? That was Dolly Parton and who else?
Kenny Rogers.
It was Kenny Rogers. Okay.
Yeah.
I had like
I know every word to that song
in my head.
Maybe it would be my humps. Just to throw the picture up.
I would never hire you again. Yeah. What a terrible answer.
The coolest one, the Phillies had a catcher named Carlos Ruiz, and he had Phil Collins in the Air of the Night, and he did it with this right up to the drum solo when he'd step up. It was so cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. All right, Josh, we'll kick it over to you, but first you have a message for our listeners that we're all looking forward to hearing.
Yeah. So do you suffer from a crippling sense that your world is crumbling around you? Do the brief fleeting moments of respite you cling to always seem to pass unregarded into the silent void? Do you wish you could spend time with thoughtful intellectuals who are similarly ignoring the dark, unwavering nothingness that creeps into your peripheral vision like some sort of stalking eldritch horror show? Well, that's too bad. Instead, why not listen to Man Bites Dog, a weekly podcast from Polite Company? Every week, hosts Michael Hill, Grant Hingeveld, and R. Case Hill drive into the weirdest news headlines from around the world in a game show that is often unfunny, inappropriate, and deeply weird. Man Bites Dog is available now wherever you get your podcasts. They're on all the majors.
Very well done, Josh. Is that your first
exciting
ad that you've ever read? I bet you that is.
Do you think I nailed it, or do you think it was more of a Shatner sabotage thing?
It sounds like you're one of those hostages in a hostage video. Is how it sounded.
I tried to give a little fervor. I
am jealous that they have dog in their name.
It's neat.
That's amazing.
That's true. You guys should check it out. Man Bites Dog.
Yeah. We can always change our name, if we want to get a dog or a name of a dog in our podcast. I'm not beyond doing that.
Maybe Friends Talking Shops Dog. Friends Talking Shop Dogs.
We'll workshop that.
We'll workshop it. Well, yeah, just spitballing.
Yep. All right, Josh, what's your topic this week?
All right, so this one's kind of little stupid, but do you guys watch America's Got Talent? You watch that show?
You know what happens is someone will always have this amazing thing that they saw that made them cry in America's Got Talent. So I always end up getting these
see it on YouTube
links that are sent to me. You got to see this, and out of context, like I don't know. It doesn't.
Who sends you this? Who are these people?
2 or 3 people. They're like, you've got to see this. It's so amazing. This person who was born with no legs just ran a marathon.
Church group or something? Like who does this?
You don't have people that send you stupid shit, Omar. My mother sends me jokes all the time, and it's like
not from America's Got Talent. No.
Oh yeah, it happens.
I wonder if I would enjoy such a thing.
You never seen America's Got Talent? You've never seen it?
I know the show, but I've never watched any of it.
Come on.
Yeah, it's not my thing either.
That's the one with Howard Stern.
All right.
Is that the one with Howard Stern on it?
Used to be. He was a judge on it. It's Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel.
I watched certain acts. I watched certain acts here and there, but I've never actually followed a season.
All right. So look, it's a variety show. I mean, I don't even think I have to describe it. Everyone should know what it is. It's a giant talent show. That's a variety show.
Unlike this podcast, America's Got Talent.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. We're more like the Gong Show. Did you ever watch the Gong Show?
Of course.
This is the Gong Show.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. Exactly.
Yeah, Gong Show. You know who I loved on the Gong Show was the
unnamed comic.
Thank you. He had the paper bag over his head.
Honestly,
the word
that's
what would have been actually a more effective thing to do when Josh read his hostage letter is to give the guys at Dog Bites Man
Man Bites Dog.
They would have Man Bites Dog. They would have Man Bites Dog. They would have hit the gong at least 3 or 4 times.
Yes, we should.
Listen, I'm gonna read it better.
You know what? You'll do better.
I'm gonna do better. This was my
it's
first
your first
time.
First time.
Yes, they're good guys.
Man Bites
Dog. Anyway, so America's Got Talent is a one that we watch as a family, and we've been watching it literally since season 1. I think this is like the 17th season. I think don't quote me on that, but it's been around for a long time. And you're starting to see some repeat acts and things like that. It's still entertaining, but it's starting to wear a little bit thin. But the one part that's driving me nuts, and I don't know if it's because I've watched it too much or if I'm just very bitter and cynical, but I need to get your thoughts on this. I'm starting to really hate kid acts, child acts. They're aggravating now, and it's starting to wear thin for me. And every time I see a kid come on stage, I'm like, oh, great, here we go. Look, what are you clapping? What are you clapping for? You doing a slow clap?
I'm clapping for you. I'm clapping for you.
You agree?
I've never been. I said to you earlier how I'm growing tired of you because I'm speaking to you more often.
Yes.
But you just gave me a big ball of light. What you just said. I applaud you for coming out. I do, because it's like saying you don't like independent movies. It's like, you know what I mean? You have to it's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to see these kids acts. And honestly, I don't like kid actors, generally speaking.
Okay.
Especially like in action films.
So there are some. I'm not going to just put a blanket statement on here, because there are some kids who are very talented that deserve to be in the competition, but it's like 2 out of 10, and the other 8, and even the ones they put through to the next round, they're putting them through just because they're a kid. And if they were an adult with the same talent level, they would never do it. And I specifically hate. I know that kid comedians are the worst. They're not funny. Kids can't be comics. I'm sorry. They just can't be comics. Part of being a comedian is having life.
I never heard the term best child actor of all time. Best child comedian of all time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Best child comedian.
No, because it doesn't exist. It's an absolutely ridiculous thing. I hate kid comedians. Nothing's worse than the kid chef, in my opinion. And I know it's not really.
Now, why do you think? Why do you think there are no such things as successful or good kid comedians? I have a theory.
Because they don't have enough life experience to actually come up with
there's no nuance, right?
There's no nuance.
They're all kids. They're all coming from the same perspective.
They're just saying stuff that they might have overheard, and their delivery sucks, and it's not funny, and the crowd and the judges give them a pity chuckle, ha ha, that was funny, because they're a cute kid, and it's like, you're not supposed to see. Remember when South Park first came out? Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, the kids are cursing, and it was hilarious that the kids were cursing.
Well, it's a lot more than that, but yeah.
It was, but that's kind of what it's what it's like. You don't expect to see a kid stand-up comic until you're like, oh my God, a kid stand-up comic. And it's just not. It's never funny. And the kid chefs, when they have whatever that's called, there's like a cooking competition show that's just kids, and my family likes it except me. I can't stand it, because these kids should not be chefs. They should not be top rate. I don't want to hear ever a kid say white wine reduction sauce. It's so pretentious.
Yeah. It's
so pretentious. I don't need to see a kid doing stir fry or flipping a pizza dough in the air. I can't stand it. Kid chefs drive me nuts. I don't like it.
I think what made me think of this is it's always bugged me is I love Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? I love that
great
movie.
Series. Yeah, a great movie.
Actually, all of them are great. Some I like better than others. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark was so good, the others were kind of pale to me in comparison. So I didn't like them as much, but only because Raiders was so good, right? Temple or
Top Round. Are you going to talk about Top Round?
Is it not Top Round? Short Round.
Short Round.
Yeah, Short Round. Yeah. When he was in the Temple of Doom, I didn't like that. I mean,
I love Short Round.
Oh, I did. I thought no, I want Indiana Jones. I want him fighting Nazis. I don't want sort of the funny. I thought I was kind of going along with your idea, because that's always something that kind of bothered me, is that when you kind of throw the kid actor in there.
See, but kid actor, I'm for kid actor, because
but not in an adult situation. Like, I don't mind Stranger Things. Like, that's all kids solving. Like, that's great. I love Stranger Things, which I just finished. It was awesome.
It was amazing.
But that's when it's because it's kids. E.T., all that. But when it's like, I want Indiana Jones doing stuff. I don't want to sidekick it over to a kid. Like, I feel like that takes
I hear you. It's an interesting point, but I liked Short Round. I actually enjoyed Short Round.
Well, do you know he was in a movie. He dropped out of acting, and he was in a movie recently that is my favorite movie of the year. And if you saw it, his voice actually hasn't changed that much from when he was short.
Really?
Let me.
What was the movie?
It's called Everything
one of our
Everywhere All at
sponsors?
Once. No,
I never heard of that.
you've not heard.
Oh, it's with the woman from the Michelle Yeoh. Oh,
Yeah.
I love her.
So
All right,
if you've
all
not
right.
seen this movie, it's a metaverse movie.
And I'm a big Short Round
yeah.
fan.
He is now an adult. He's grown up. He's great in the movie. If you've not seen this, Everything
Is he wearing a
Everywhere
hat?
All at Once. This movie goes to all kinds of weird places. I defy you not to like this movie. It's really, really good.
So you like Short Round as an adult, but not as a kid?
Yes, I like him as an adult, and his voice actually is like
Isn't
very
that funny?
high
I like Corey Feldman as a kid, but not as an adult.
But he should always stay young. Yeah.
The other thing that drives me nuts while we're on this topic with AGT is the kids singers too, because inevitably they come out singing like an adult song, and it's just like you can't.
Man.
Do you know what I mean?
It feels
It feels weird. I don't need to see a 7-year-old singing Bump and Grind. Okay, that's weird. It's odd.
Are they doing that?
They're doing that, or they're singing like ballads,
Jesus.
like "How Can I Live Without You." You're 9. You're 9. You have no clue of any of the meaning behind this song.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just parroting a song. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Are there any? Can I ask you something? Is
Yes,
there such
please.
a thing? Like, what percentile? Okay, I'll put it to you this way: what's the over under on the percentile of parents who are raising their kids in a healthy manner, who have their kids
are on
in
that
these
show?
kinds of things? Are any of them? Is it under 3%? I mean,
Very low.
I just can't imagine anyone having their kids do these things. Maybe it's probably 5 or 10%, probably.
It's very,
think,
very
David?
low. It's very, very low.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. You hit on something, because this is where it goes back to. This was my final point on this, is that it comes back to the parenting. And the parents, if they're good parents, they have to be honest with their children and say, no, you should not be on the AGT stage in front of millions of people. You're not good enough. And maybe you don't say it like that, but you talk them off the ledge of wanting. And I don't know if it's the parents pushing them on the stage because they think they're better than they are, or if the kids.
I don't know.
But they shouldn't be on there.
But some of the time, though, the kid may have that own drive, and it's like important for the family. And these things take such an emotional component. They take on such an emotional component as well. So that's probably part of it too.
But there are other outlets.
That's kind of the American dream, right? In some ways.
It is, but there are other outlets. It's okay for, like, there was a guy, there was a kid, a 7-year-old kid, cute as can be. This boy was the cutest little boy, and he called himself Mere Money, and he rapped, and it was when Howard Stern was a judge, and Howard Stern hit the buzzer on him because this kid was so bad, and he just started crying right there on stage, and I'm like, where are these parents?
Yeah,
these parents have got to say to this kid,
that's insane.
We're not bringing you to America's Got Talent. This is ridiculous.
It's a tough call, because even if they do well, do you want your kid's shining moment to be when they're under 10, right? It's all downhill from there. It
worked really well for Corey Haim.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The other Corey reference.
Yeah, the other Corey.
River Phoenix, he must be doing well, right?
Come on.
Jodie Sweetin.
Are there who are ones that are? Oh, like, I guess the one that maybe's doing the best maybe is
there's a lot that are doing well.
Hannah Montana, whatever her name is.
Yes, Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus seems to be doing okay, but there are not very many that have
certainly went through her issues.
Yeah,
right?
That'd be really hard.
Look at Zendaya. Zendaya was a kid actor on Disney. Now she's doing great on Euphoria, getting all these awards, or is nominated, so I hear.
It must be. I remember someone phrased it a certain way, a really eloquent way, about, like, one of the difficulties of being famous is that you meet people all the time who already think they know everything about you, which none of it is really true, but they have these. So it's like it takes over the conversation, and you're not really there. And I think maybe you guys get that sometimes. People know a lot about you too.
Well,
do you know the best?
Doesn't help.
Yeah. Do you know the best level of fame?
What?
No.
Is the fourth Black Eyed Pea.
You think?
I mean, Yeah, because
Like-
you get Black Eyed Pea money. You get to be on stage with all the adoring fans, and all anyone cares about is Fergie and Will.i.am. No one knows who the hell you are. It's the best of both worlds.
I wonder if that's true, or like being the Ringo Starr of that's the second time.
Ringo Starr is different. Ringo Starr is an icon. Everyone knows
but
Ringo
he's
Starr.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Or is George Harris? Is it George Harrison?
George
Do you
Harrison.
want to be the George Harrison, not the Paul McCartney, like John Lennon? Do you want to be the most obscure?
Yes, I want to be Apple the App. That is the
know.
greatest thing. I would not want to be Will.i.am, who can't go to the grocery store or can't go to the local sandwich shop or can't go and just play ball.
That's interesting.
That's a curse to me. That seems awful to me.
I think
terrible.
I would rather be. So that's an interesting question. I'd rather be Bono than the drummer, whose name I don't know. Who I'm sure is amazing.
No way.
Well, your platform is so much. If you're gonna do it, you might. I'd rather be out front. I think Omar, you.
It also depends on. I mean, like if it was like a Bono or like a Bruce Springsteen, like where he's just revered by people. I saw Bruce Springsteen once. I was on the same plane with him, and like 45 people came up to him, like at least just saying thank you for changing my life, and it was incredible. And he was so humbling and appreciative of everybody. That must be exhausting, though.
It's exhausting.
That's exhausting.
Don't get me wrong. It's very nice to be admired and adored, and that part's great. But
when was the last time that you felt that way, Josh?
I feel that way every day. Every day.
When he got his romaine salad, Caesar salad, he felt like
I have
world.
made it. Yeah. I am the Will.i.am of this salad place. Yes.
Oh, that's funny. But I think of kid actors that have made it through to adulthood and a good standing.
Jerry O'Connell. How about Jerry O'Connell?
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
That'd be a good.
Yeah, he hit out of the ballpark.
Yeah, he's actually probably the best. He's brilliant. He's so brilliant. So
he is
quick.
really good.
Yeah, Jason Bateman's fantastic. Yeah.
Great Peter Wit.
All right, for time, we better move on. Otherwise, we're going to be a long podcast. Josh, we cover your? I think
we covered it. We're done.
Yeah, let's get rid of the kids.
And Omar is definitely in agreement with me. No more kid acts. I love it.
All right, so we agree on one thing. All right, Omar, you want to wrap us up here?
Yeah. So, So I used the word conflicted. Today I got a mani-pedi today, and I had it at 2:00, and I was on the phone. It was a 2-hour process because I had my
2 hours.
Well, the reason is because I had my toes done and I had my hands done, and I had gel put on both. The reason I had gel put on both is because of my pool. Normal nail polish comes off more quickly, so I got to gel it up. So anyway, gel lasts a lot longer, right? So I was on the phone, as I mentioned, the entire time of this process, and specifically on my feet, and I just picked up a thing, a color that I thought was interesting, and the woman did it. And I realized at the end, my nail polish on my toes is sparkling pink. I'm not making this up.
Whoa.
It is sparkly pink. And then
But you picked it out.
This is my problem, right? I picked it out. And then to top things off, I don't know what I was thinking again, but I actually my hands are also a version of pink as
Hold
well.
them up.
So, and it's almost like the color like
they look white.
Like
they look whitish.
But that's pink.
But they're like,
it's not hot pink.
So I sent you a picture of my toes.
Yeah, that's pink.
And look, it's sparklies. So I'm like, this happened. So this happened, and then wait, this isn't even the thing. So I said,
oh my god, it does. It has.
That's ridiculous. It looks like there's glitter on your toes.
Yeah. Yes. I look like Liberace. I look like Liberace.
Yeah, it's as if Liberace picked out your nail color.
Yeah. Okay. So the conflicted part was not just for this. I wanted to go back to something that happened to me a few days ago. I was in my house and the power went out. Okay. And the generator didn't come on, and I'm like, I can't figure out the generator. I looked around. I saw other houses had the lights on. I'm like, maybe it's just my house. And then I called my friend, who's my guy here, and he goes, get your gun, load it, put the cartridge in. Okay.
What?
Yeah, just in case. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, you should do it. I'm like, he goes, just to be safe. He's very, very high risk averse. Where I live, Rincon, it's very, very safe. Very, very safe. Right. So, but my friend got this in my head. I'm like, you want to know what? Like, fuck it. By the way, I have not talked about a lot is that I'm licensed and everything else. So, but putting that aside, I got my gun out and I loaded it. I didn't chamber the bullet, but I'm holding a gun and I go to sleep.
With it in your hand? With it in your hand?
With it in my hand.
Are you
with
nuts?
It in my hand. Well, hold on, it's not chambered. It's not chambered. You know what that means?
Know what that means?
Chambered?
No.
So
it's in the gun though, right?
But when you put it in the gun, the magazine's in the Glock, and then until you do this, you snap it back.
Pull back.
There's no bullet in the chamber.
Yeah.
And I have to do that first, right?
So if you pull the trigger, it wouldn't fire. What if you pull it a few times? You can pull as many times as possible.
No. You have to chamber it. You have to chamber it first.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, accidents happen.
So my point is this gun has I have a flashlight on it. I have a scope. It's fucking badass Glock. And he says, my guy Omar says to me, if you hear anybody, shoot through the door and then call the cops. I'm like, Omar, are you?
That's horrible advice. That's horrible advice.
But this guy, he is amazing, but he's completely like he's an instructor for the police academy. He's a pilot. He's just a general badass.
It's why Domino's won't deliver to his house anymore.
But he's also very, very quick to assume the worst could happen very quickly. So he gave me like a bag in case the power goes out here with like a bunch of like flashlights and shit and beef jerky and like fucking 3 bottles of water. Yeah, in case I'm stuck somewhere with no food for a while. You know what I mean? This is how he thinks. But I let him do it. So anyway, I had the gun in my hand. I fall asleep with the gun in my hand. And so and while this was happening, I thought to myself quite actively, I'm like, is this really fucking amazing that this is happening right now? Or is this just really fucking sad? Like, which one is it, right? Because part of me is like, I'm a 50-year-old man who's lying in bed in the middle of a Caribbean with a gun in my hand. I'm like, well, I guess if I had like, I don't know, a bunch of blow or like, like
what?
Other stuff going on, there'd be bigger issues, which I wasn't. So I had neither, and I would never have either. My point is, it was kind of a moment, and then I had this happen. So I'm like, what? Am I going through a thing? But no. And by the way, the neighborhood's completely safe. Nothing's ever happened in Rincon, and I'm not at any.
So why did you even get a gun? Why did you get a gun if it's completely safe?
This is a slightly different topic, but I got a gun because of Amari. Like from the day when I got here, I've been here for almost 4 years now. He's been like, you got to get a gun, but you should have a gun here. You should have a gun. And I'm like, I don't want a fucking gun. I'm fine. And then eventually he's like, go with me to the range. And I did. He goes, you're actually really good. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, so I got one. But he did all the paperwork and everything. But I got a gun now.
Why? Just because the electricity went out, did the
because the generator didn't go on, so maybe someone cut the generator, and if everyone else is
so is there some security that's you do have an alarm system? Is that the deal?
Well, okay, let me reiterate something. Rincon is incredibly safe. Like
you said,
unusually safe.
Yeah.
So, but Amari is always assuming the worst. But having said that, there's no alarm system. It's a beach house. It's a very like not.
I'm just wondering why did the electricity going out trigger?
Because
it's careful.
Because if his
other homes were on and mine wasn't, then maybe somebody
like someone targeted his home.
I didn't
pick
that up. Okay.
Yeah. David hasn't watched enough murder mysteries apparently.
Yeah.
That's usually step one.
Well, Tom Cruise doesn't need a gun. Tom Cruise would just fly his motorcycle out the window. He'd be fine.
That's true. That's a good point.
So listen, How
does this tie into your nails?
Well, I'm just thinking
to
myself. I don't think I am. I feel really healthy and happy. So I don't think I'm going through anything. What? Am I on what?
Are you on tilt?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But then these are material things that I'm seeing happening, and I'm like, I have sparkly pink toenail polish.
Yeah, this is a matter of you're
Yes.
you're just not paying attention to anything.
Yeah, maybe that's you're because you woke up this morning with sparkly pink toenail polish and a gun in your hand, and you woke up thinking maybe something's wrong with me. That's basically what we're summarizing here.
And you're taking advice from a guy who shoots through the door first and asks questions later.
That is, yeah.
That's a problem.
Wait, what was that? What was that guy's name? Oscar Petraeus or whatever.
Yes, where he shot his girlfriend through the bathroom door. Remember that?
Oh my God.
Oscar, whatever. The guy was he was disabled and he had he ran in the Olympics, right? The Paralympics.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember the story, Dave?
No.
Yeah, I don't. By the way, for the record, I don't think you can say disabled anymore. So
Sure you can.
After everything you've said.
no, you cannot. I don't think.
What's the word?
Special abled.
No, you can't say
Seriously, I think it's something like that.
Disabled.
Right? I think there is a
think so.
new and improved way of saying that.
There
now.
might be. I apologize.
Yes.
But
anyway.
Yes, but I don't know what kind of crisis. You have the ability to do what you want, Omar, and I think you act on that. And to me, who rarely gets to do what I want, I find that to be wonderfully refreshing. I can't wake up with pink toenail polish and a gun in my hand.
That's a good point.
I guess let me ask you, and this was the broader question, and then we don't have to spend too much time on this, but it's just interesting. Have you guys had friends of yours who you know well, right? And you begin to see what might be signs of a downward spiral, and have you in those instances interceded or tried to at least?
Good question.
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't seen ever happen, or you haven't interceded, or both?
Both. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
no,
yet.
so no.
I mean, small episodes with people, when there's small little episodes, but you're talking about a whole life, slow slide downward in life.
Kind of like if someone got their, maybe someone like me. I'm kidding.
You're not having that. You're just not paying attention. And so here's the difference: is that you were preoccupied going into the nail salon and just chose anything, which I don't even understand how you don't even know that at least the base. I can understand not seeing the sparkles, but how do you not know the base color is pink?
I had my
even
sunglasses on.
Why have your sunglasses on indoors? And then the whole generator thing is, here's the generator thing, because my generators has failed once before. But I didn't go and get a pistol and put my family on lockdown. You know what I did? This is going to be crazy. I went out and looked at the goddamn generator to figure out what was wrong.
Do too. I would never think I'm being targeted.
Especially if you live in a safe neighborhood.
Wait a second. Can you guys appreciate? You guys remember when you bought your first pair of high tops before you played basketball?
Yeah, of course.
Basketball
I do. I got Jordan.
And how excited you were to actually use it when you put them on?
Incredibly.
Yes.
Yep.
Remember how excited you were when you put them on before you played?
It was the best.
So I went through a long process of this gun, and because I moved and there was address stuff, etc. It's obviously a multi-layer process to get a gun. And so
as it should be.
My point is that I'm like, oh my God, I kind of have a reason to actually pull it out. This is kind of cool. So
no, it's not cool. You don't want to pull it out.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's my point is this is how I sort of rationalize it in my brain, right?
But you fell asleep with it. Here's the troubling part.
I have to say, it does feel really. Have you held a gun before in your hand?
I have.
A handgun?
Not a handgun.
Doesn't it feel nice?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I like going to the range to shoot. It's fun. Okay, that's fun. I would not feel comfortable. That's just me personally. I don't feel comfortable with a gun in my house. But maybe if I lived in a tough neighborhood, that's a different story.
I think when you have kids, by the way, it's a completely different story. In all fairness,
100%. But this goes to my point. You don't even have kids, but you were asleep with a pistol in your hand. All you need is to be woken up sporadically with some knock on the door or something, and you just flip without thinking first.
No, that wouldn't. I know
No?
myself well enough. That would not happen.
You do? Do you see the polish that's on your nails? How did that happen?
Or that you could sort
This
of
is
cock
a
the gun
this is
back
a
in your
this is a
sleep.
multi-layer process.
Yeah.
But honestly, it actually was a good exercise because I actually do have it in my hand a lot, like without a magazine at all. Or actually, I have a magazine, but it's full of dummies. You know,
That's
this
what
was
they
the
told
first
Alec
time
Baldwin.
Well, wait a second. The active magazine that I did put in after the generator went out was in a bag in my closet. So the only magazine I had in that was even remotely available was the one that's not. But I'm never pulling the trigger. I'm just kind of popping it out, reloading it. It's actually kind of therapeutic.
I just hope you don't have an accident with it. That's what I hope for you. But next time your generator doesn't work, try checking the generator.
Where is the generator?
Crazy idea.
Is it outside?
Of course.
Remember, I moved into this house only like
true, right? Garage.
It's only been like my third week there, so I'm just learning things. You know what I mean? Like now I know where the generator is, and I know that sometimes it doesn't come on auto. You have to do it manually, and that's what I ended up doing.
Oh, that's interesting. It should come on automatically when your power.
It's very loud. Why are they so loud?
Yes, because it's an engine.
Understand.
It's an engine.
But can't they make like ones that aren't as loud? Are they still loud today? Even the ones that are new?
My neighbor says.
If you get a battery, if you get an actual electric battery, or a battery, not electric battery, obviously, a battery that stores energy.
Stuff?
Yeah, if you get that, then there's no noise. The same as a generator.
We got Josh talking about. Oh no, here goes Josh. Josh
loves I
just
answered your question.
He loves it.
But I'm gonna go
pushing
back
his green agenda again.
Let him pull the soapbox out.
I'm going to go back to what you said. Hold on. The house I live in now is the first house I've ever had a generator in, right? And I lose power every once in a while. And I had no clue. No one told me how to take care of this generator. And of course, I'm not going to read the manual. It's enormous, and it's it's written by David Foster Green, so it's impossible to even understand. David Foster Wallace, David Austin Greer. It's impossible to understand.
Fine.
And so there was one storm where it power went out and the generator kicked on and then it died. I'm like, what the hell happened? Well, apparently you're supposed to change the oil, these things. And I never change the oil. Yeah. I never changed the spark plug. I never had it serviced, but it worked for 4 years without any of that. You're supposed to get a service every year. So I kind of caught a break, but these are things you learn. So you should learn how to service your generator is what I'm trying to say, or at least have a number on hand.
It's funny. My dad, who's been on our podcast a few times.
Yes.
Actually, that's the first thing he said to me when I told him, and he made me go down. We got in a fight over it, but he made me go down on FaceTime that morning and like check the oil with him. So I did. And
see, there you go. Yeah.
But I'm with you guys. We had a lawnmower one time that I took in to get fixed because it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And they're like, when's the last time you changed the oil in this thing?
Right. Exactly.
I was like, what? What do you change the oil? I put gas in it. Is that what you mean? They're like, no. And they asked me like a list of questions. And I said, so you're telling me it's time to buy a new lawnmower? Because he gave me a list of things I was supposed to do. And I was like, I would just rather buy a new one.
I did the same thing with my first lawnmower, Dave. I did nothing. I just expected it to work every single time I used it. Yeah.
He was asking me things. I was like, I have no idea. You're talking a different language to me,
what
sir.
Are you talking about?
Stop
you
yelling.
See that manual? The manual's 50 pages. I'm going to read that?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No.
Well,
I wonder, like, is that like there's a lot of contentment you can get from being able to do things on your own. I tend to not do that, but maybe I should.
No. Well, you know what? Even greater contentment is someone else doing it for you. That's much greater.
It is, but it's also good to at least know how to do it. I like to know how to do it, not necessarily do it, but at least know how to do it just in case I have to.
I have one tool, and that's my cell phone. That is, if I need a garden, cell phone. I have something broken, cell phone.
But that's how you know how to do it. YouTube.
Yes, I know how to call. No, I call somebody.
Oh, you call somebody? YouTube's amazing, man.
Well,
there's always some jackass who puts a video on how to do everything. There's nothing you can't figure out.
It really is. YouTube. If you have a printer with 802-E and needs a new cartridge, someone's done a YouTube.
Someone's done it.
It really is amazing. Yeah,
it's amazing.
We live in amazing times.
We do.
Well, I guess to sum up this topic is that Omar might be going through a crisis. And stay tuned to episode 19 to find out what happens next.
Oh, real quick before we go. Do we have time, Dave, or no?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's no time limit.
Oh, that's right. We don't have time limit. I watched your anime.
Yes. Oh, I did too.
Okay.
Oh,
so
my God.
From last
Wait a second.
episode, for our listeners, Omar talked about his topic was how he's now watching Japanese anime and how he loves it. And so Dave and I, who had never watched it, agreed to watch a couple episodes. And I did. I watched 2 episodes of Death Note.
I did too. What'd you think?
Okay.
Tell me.
So look, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I thought. The concept and the storyline is really good. Like, that is an intriguing concept of he gets this notebook and he can kill anyone just by writing their name in it. There's a couple other rules that are whatever, it doesn't matter. That's pretty cool.
And I thought it was interesting that he didn't just pick like the guy who was mean to him today. Like he was really thinking through what type of people he wanted to write down, right?
That's right.
It was interesting.
So A+ on the concept. Really neat idea, great. The problem I have, and unfortunately, this goes to the whole crux of anime. The animation sucks. And I can't get past the fact that it's like still frames and it's not good animation. And it's like I can't get past it. It's not doing it's doing a disservice to the actual story, which if it was done with real animation or if it was done with actual live action people would be so much better. What a great series Death Note would be if it was done with real people.
Well, I think it actually is a movie.
There you go. So there you go.
You could.
That's my point. But the animation itself loses me. I can't get wrapped into it because the animation sucks so bad.
So Omar, my impression, I watched 2 episodes and I will keep going with it because I kind of get the vibe of what anime does.
Wait till the detective comes in.
Well, they introduced him.
Well, the detective's gone in. It's very clever when he. No, L.
Right.
That's what happened at the end of episode 2.
He's probably my favorite character in any show. L is incredible.
Okay.
So
all
cool.
right.
I thought
that makes me happy. Thank you for both giving it a shot.
I'm going to straight going. I think 2 episodes might be a little too soon to judge it, but if you don't like if the animation's going to bother you, that's not good.
I can't get past it.
You gotta get to the story and get sort of into that. I mean, the creepy guy, he's every time he's on screen, the devil guy.
The devil guy.
That's really bad. But I gotta tell you, eventually, well, at least for me, Dave, the first few times, I'm like, can I really fucking watch this? And I read the reviews and they were so good. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking. So I got used to that creepy, ridiculous.
Here's the worst part. I want to know what happens.
Because the writing is so good.
I do want to know what happens.
It's so good.
But I can't get get past the animation.
David, you will watch both. Dave, if you're okay with the animation, you will watch both seasons, and you're like, it's fucking really good.
Both
it's
seasons.
So good.
I looked to see how many episodes are in a season, and it said
how
season
many?
1, 32 episodes.
Oh, that's insane.
It's like I think
you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be sad when it's over.
They're quick episodes. I will give you that. They are quick episodes.
It's like a Breaking Bad. It's like a Breaking Bad ending, or like Better Call Saul, or it's that.
No, I'll keep going because every once in a while there'll be a 20-minute window where I can like kind of catch up, and I'm sure there'll be a point where I'm in. I'll want to finish because I'm a completist.
You're not.
I want it once I start. I really want to complete stuff.
I'm like that too, Dave. So, but this one I can't get myself to do it. So I'm going to need you to tell me how this thing plays out because I'm very curious because the storyline is really good and the concept is great.
So every end of each episode we'll give a Death Note update. Me explaining it to you.
There you go. That's what
I should start watching it again. Actually. Maybe I'll go to I'm going to start on episode 3 with you, David.
Okay. Let's do that.
I'll watch it again.
Well, speaking of Death Note, we probably should kill this podcast.
Nice segue.
Right there. Well, thanks again, guys. It was good. By the way, you don't know this, listener, but our numbers are exploding. So we're in this for the long haul. So we'll look forward to talking to you next week on episode 19. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a great week. See you, everybody.
See ya.